Hi guys, welcome back to Gardening with Creations by DX & Co. Today we are actually out in the greenhouse, and I was taking a look at my basil and it's starting to bolt, so I wanted to show you a way that you can save it from bolting and also propagate new basil. Let's get started. So here is my basil. So I've got it planted in my raised bed. You can see, you guys can't smell this, but this is a sweet basil variety. It is very delicious, grows great on top of pizza, lots of other things. But you can see it's now starting to kind of bolt a little bit, which just means that it's taking off and it's going to flower soon to produce seeds. That can happen at any point throughout the growing season, and so not only can you get one plant like this and propagate it into a new plant, but you can also take some cuttings from this plant and actually keep them inside, and I'll show you guys that as well. I keep one of these inside just so I can use it for cooking, but I also have them out here to continue to kind of propagate and grow more. So here's how we're going to do that today. First, we're going to take a nice pair of clean shears, right? And get you a nice pair of clean shears, all right? Make sure they're all good to go. And you're just going to find a couple of places that you want to cut it. So in this particular one, I'll probably cut the top off just to kind of get rid of all that. But then where you're looking to cut it is, so like right here where these stems or these leaves come out, that's what they call a node. So you want to go down a couple of nodes with this. I'll probably go down to probably about right here with this node. Camera to focus there. So I'm going to go underneath that node a little bit. You're going to see the roots will actually form from this node that we're looking to cut off. So let me go in here with these shears. Just snip it right off, and there you have it. I've got this particular node here. All right, so now I need to get rid of all of these leaves that are on this node. So what I'm going to do is just do a nice clean snip. See? Just a nice clean, kind of hard to do with holding the camera, I apologize. But just a nice clean snip. Now these leaves that we cut off, absolutely edible, so use them in your cooking. I recommend doing this especially if you're about to do some cooking with that. This would be a good time. And now what we're going to do with this one, I'm going to leave the rest of the leaves on there. Like I said, I'm going to cut off the top real quick. So we got interrupted with the dogs barking there, I apologize. So these are our clippings we can use for dinner tonight. You know, just that we clipped off the node there. This particular one here is what we're going to replant. Like I said, I'm going to cut off the top of that one, and so that way, but this node here that we've now cut off is where we should start to see the roots start forming around that node. I'm going to leave the rest of the leaves on here because they can continue to be on there. What I've done is I've taken a simple 16-ounce water bottle. You can do this in pretty much any type of water, but I like these ones in particular because they're easy to just pull this out and change the water. You do want to change the water periodically. Notice I'm just getting the stalk in there. I'm just sticking it in there. This should probably fill up a little bit more, but I like to change this water out about every 2 to 3 days. It should be interesting to see how it does out in the greenhouse because it is really hot out here right now. We're talking temps of 105 it looks like. Can't see it on camera, but 103, 104, something like that, out here right now. So it's definitely hot out here. The sun's beating right down on it. So we'll see if this one does okay. And that I'm just going to leave it here and let it try to grow roots, and then let me show you what it looks like once it's grown the roots on there, and then I'm going to do another one in this one. I got to get some more water for it, but we'll have 2 going, so I could probably get about 4 growing out of this. One here, one here, one here. And don't be afraid to cut it, because you're not actually losing anything from the plant when you do. You could theoretically cut it off and go straight into the soil with it. I don't plan to do that. What I plan to do is get it to root first and then plant it, which is what I did with this one. You can see this one here is actually rooted from a cutting. This is exactly a clone of this one, so it is cut off, rooted, and there you go. So it's an exact clone of that one. Both doing great, both highly resilient, you know, so they're doing really well. So you can buy one basil plant and propagate and have many. So this particular growth right here is almost as large as this one from the original, and it is maybe a month old, 2 months at best. I don't even think it's that old, but let me take you inside and show you what it looks like once it starts rooting. So here's an example of the original cutting a while back that we propagated from. You can see that it still continued to grow out its own new shoots and still was a very healthy plant overall. From that, it just calloused over, no plant problems, and that particular original plant just continued to grow. So no worries with cutting it to propagate more. It'll still grow offshoots and continue to be awesome. Okay, so here is that same basil plant that I propagated. You can see that it's doing very well in here. I am able to prune off these leaves for dinner, so on and so forth. And so what it does, just look at this root system. It's beyond ready to be planted. I actually started this one the same time as that other one I just showed you. And this particular root system is just amazing. You can see that it grew right out of the original nodes there, as I mentioned. And this is a very healthy plant. It's actually kind of looking dingy right now, but it's because I just took a lot of leaves off of it for pizza. But it does really well. So what I might do is actually go plant this one out into the soil now and bring the next one into another one, I should say, in to propagate in here, so I can continue to just kind of have extra plant in here all the time. This one's got such a healthy root system that I think it would be really great to put it in ground at this point. But yeah, I've had it in here for say about a month and a half, 2 months now, and it has just been awesome just to pick some leaves off of it and have it for dinner. And just I change the water out every couple of days on it, simply like that. You can top it off if you need to, or you can just kind of pour it out and fill it back up in the sink. So I put it right above the sink in a nice sunny spot, and it does very well, even with the air conditioning and so on and so forth. So there you go, guys. Just a quick video. I just was about to propagate some of my basil, so I wanted to show you. And yes, I said basil instead of basil for you guys here in America. I know everybody calls it basil. Forgive me, I watched too much MasterChef and Hell's Kitchen, so it's basil now. It's just what it is. But that's how you propagate some basil, guys. It's pretty simple if you want to multiply your plants. If you plan on making like a pesto sauce or something like that, you need tons and tons of basil to do so. So it's great if you get one plant in the beginning, just start propagating more and more plants off of it. By the end of the summer, you could probably can tons of basil sauce for the winter. So some pesto sauce, I mean. But either way, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and consider subscribing for some additional content that comes. And as always, guys, appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys are staying safe and enjoying your gardens.